How you going? I'm Calv, or Calvin, whatever you want to call me. And I am a rollerblader. And what I want to know and figure out is, how hard is it for me to transfer my skills to roller skating? So I have been very fortunate to be given and handed a pair of roller skates, brand new, by the good people from Seed Project in New Zealand. They are a new roller skate company who are making quads, and they've hooked me up with a pair to test out and try. Basically, I'm going to see is how well are they going to hold up and whether I can actually roller skate. The plate includes an angled kingpin similar to high-end artistic skates, which allows for more control over your skates, making edges, turns, and spins easier. Sounds pretty good. The plate is also strong and reliable, so it shouldn't bend or deform under the most aggressive jumps. Oh, I like the sound of that. The Allen key for the toe stop, just securing it even more. And yeah, the boot itself, 100% real suede. And right off the bat, I'm like, I've tried them on, but I haven't skated them yet. But they're pretty comfy, eh? I was quite surprised. Like, the tongue's nice and cushy. All this kind of stuff around the ankle's quite nice. It's like stiff, but not. It's almost like wearing a really comfortable rollerblade liner. The real test is whether, well, for one, can I skate them? And two, are they going to be able to handle a bit of a thrashing? And can my body handle a thrashing? I am, to be honest, quite scared of this little experiment. Or, well, is it an experiment? I guess so. It looks pretty fun. The more and more I watch and hang out with other quad skaters in New Zealand and Aotearoa, the more I want to try it and just get involved. So here I am. I'm pretty much going to skate them stock, but I'm going to add some Brunny slider blocks. They'll just sit right there. Nice. Because knowing me, I am not going to be able to go for a skate and not try grinds, because that's what I like to do. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Alright, so first of all, I'm pretty surprised at how supportive these feel. At the top of the skates, they have kind of like a, I don't know if you've roller skated before, they've got those kind of like hiking loops that you just kind of loop your laces around. And by doing so, it's actually pretty supportive around the ankles, way more than I thought it would be. That was like a big scary concern of mine coming from rollerblading, where we have like plastic cuffs. How they skate compared to blading, the rollerblades, like shit. Turning's way different, and because of the heel, I'm definitely leaning forward a lot more. It feels like the turning comes from those front trucks, depending on your weight distribution. And that's a whole nother thing altogether once again. I feel like the toe stops are going to be the death of me, because I feel like I'm already tripping up on them. Another thing is I just really got to wear these in, figure out how they turn properly, because it's so different. Even though I skate anti-rocker, which feels like you're skating on train tracks, like even these don't turn as well. But I could just loosen my trucks, but at the same time, I've got to wear them in, kind of like skateboards, you know, when you get new rubbers, you've got to really wear them in, because they feel very stiff at first. But yeah, I'm scared. I'm very scared. Okay, so I'm kind of done practicing just on the flat ground. Well, I'm not really, I still suck, but I don't know, man. I've got these grind blocks on, Brunny hardcore grind blocks. And I really want to do some grinds. Yeah. It's the time to hurt myself. Oh, I don't want to. So, quite honestly, I'm finding these terrifying. They're similar to rollerblading, yet at the same time so different. Just kind of gliding is fine. Like that's pretty similar when you're pushing side to side. But then trying to really sprint and pick up speed. Ooh, terrifying. Just the wheelbase being so short, or a lot shorter to what I'm used to, and just that weight distribution from, I guess the raised heels being so raised, as well as how you just kind of take off, especially when you've been used to a certain boot, or not a certain boot, but just a certain style of skating. I don't know, how would I compare it? It used to be, I don't know, maybe going from like a hector-cas mountain bike to a BMX. Or maybe like a surfboard to bodyboarding. Still riding waves, still doing similar stuff, but still so different. Roller skating, quad skates, obviously been around for quite a while now, a lot longer than I think people realize. I'm like, how? If it wasn't for roller skates, we wouldn't have skateboards, you know? A couple of kids, broken plates on their quads, and decided to whack them on a plank of wood, and the skateboard was born. Like all trends, they come in and out. I mean, like they got pretty big in the 60s, died for a bit there, and then came back again, I guess, in the 70s and 80s with roller discos. They came back into the spotlight again with roller derby. Even Drew Barrymore directed her first film. What was it called? Whip It?
We're number 2!
She came in second out of 2 teams. That's right, celebrate mediocrity. That's fantastic.
Then that kind of slowly disappeared as well. And then even Chet Faker had a music video of a few girls roller skating down a dark highway.
A physical kiss is nothing without it.
Died again, or disappeared, not died, disappeared. And then I guess, I don't know, during this time you had Michelle, I think, from Moxie Skates get a bit of traction due to being sponsored by Bones Bearings, and they actually chucked up an edit of her. This was like 7-8 years ago. That kind of blew up as well. At the same time, you had, what's her name? Is it Jimma Jones? Is that right? But anyway, she was another YouTube roller skater that blew up. Now she has her own brand, which is massive. Who else you got? You got the CIB, Chicks and Bowls, started up by our very own Kiwi Samara. I'm like, massive. She's got chapters, people representing all across the world. Yeah, pretty amazing. Yeah, dare I say it, yeah, roller skating is definitely bigger than rollerblading. I'm like, come on. You even got Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak singing about skating. I'm like, at the moment you can't get any bigger than that. So yeah, proof is in the pudding. So it's actually been a few weeks since I've got to have another jam on the old quads due to weather and just life responsibilities, and I got COVID, but I'm sweet now. I'm still a little fatigued, but you know, when it comes to skating,
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
so I've actually changed over the wheels. I put on some Moxie wheels. What are they? They're 55 millimeters and 97A, which is pretty hard and a lot smaller compared to the stock wheels that they come with. Why I did this is just so it'd be a bit easier to grind, so I wouldn't get as much wheel bite, and it has worked. But the compromise is they are a lot slower, and I feel every little bump under my feet since the wheels are so hard. Yeah, the wheels that they originally come with, the stock wheels, actually quite big, not overly massive, but quite squishy. So you just ride over everything and they feel super smooth. I was gonna skate ramp, but there's a whole bunch of wasps everywhere. Oh, scary! Personally, I think it's pretty damn amazing to finally see these two worlds or two disciplines to finally come together and collide in a positive way. Because when it comes to wheeled sports, rollerblading and quad skating are definitely the closest relatives. They're so similar, yet a little bit different. You know, they're pretty much cousins, man. There's more and more competitions now that are happening where it's both disciplines. I think the first one I really saw was Monterey, Livingston. he did just a random skate comp at his skate park. That was the first one I really saw on a kind of like a international scale, where it was rollerblades with quads. Yeah, there's videos of it. It seemed like Montre was wearing quads the whole time. Michelle from Moxie was there as well, shredding. And now you've got Blading Cup, which is one of the biggest rollerblading comps in America. Now have combined forces. They've already done one where there was quads as well. Next one, it's going to be called Blading Cup, and then there's going to be the Quad Cup, which is pretty amazing. Frankie Morales, he does his Invitational comp, and that also had quads, the last one. He's got another one coming up soon. By the time this comes out, it would have already been. And the footage from that is wicked. Yeah, it looked like it was so much fun. Yeah, I mean, like, shit. It's about time these things kind of came together. Seemed ridiculous not to, really. From all the interactions I've personally had within the New Zealand community and even online, it's been real super positive. I find the difference with the quad community compared to the blading community, it's definitely a lot more inclusive. It really doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what size, gender, whether you have a gender, race, whatever size, body, whatever. Like, if you're cool, if you're a nice person, you know, you're more than welcome. Even in the comments that you see in edits or online, it's all super positive. They all just egg each other on. I'm not saying it's not like that in the blading community. Like, things are changing, which is real cool to see. It's way more positive and getting more inclusive, moving with the times, progress. You know, because in the end, I mean, like, these are just toys on our feet, toys with wheels. There's a few pros as well. A few of our big blading pros that have taken up quads as well. Montre, obviously, he's shredding. Makes sense as well that he's sponsored by Chaya, since he is part of Powerslide, and Chaya is part of Powerslide. I've also seen random footage of John Bellino on quads, on his cheetah skins quads, and carving the F up.
Just so bored of the human race. I'm so bored with life, it don't matter what I say.
Dude is just a beast. Yeah, super positive. I love it. And I don't know, it seems like this subculture of quad skaters, and I guess with rollerblading as well, how we are kind of underground, even though quad is bigger. Like, I reckon it's way bigger. But anyway, I think it's real cool to see that, and its ethos and the way, well, not so much how they present themselves, but the soul of it all. It's like, shit, man, it's punk. It's punk as fuck, man. It's dope, so dope. Yeah, well, that's my random little spiel. If you're interested in quads, man, give them a go. I can tell you now, typical blader ego, it's the same. It won't be that hard. Nah, man, it's hard. It's hard. Toe stops. Doing tricks on toe stops, that's a whole nother level. So kudos to all you quad skaters that use toe stops for your tricks, because that's hard, man. It's ridiculous. It's scary. It's so scary. Shout out to Seed Project for hooking me up with some quads. Yeah, I'm digging them, man. It's super comfy. Yeah, the plates, I know I can't really compare it to anything else. I haven't skated anything else, but they're sturdy. Doing some stuff on them. Not super big, but they seem to be handling it. Seed Project skates. I think anyone will like them. They will be fine for your everyday casual roller. If you're into your jam skating, which is like all the dance stuff. Yeah, sick. Even park, man. I see heaps of people in similar skates with the heel and that classic kind of boot doing park stuff. skate with what you're comfortable with, as long as you have fun. Obviously, as time goes on and progresses, you're naturally going to figure out what kind of custom setup works best for you, and just reach out to people, man. Like, people are more than happy to just geek out on skate gear. It's kind of like, you know.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yup.
Anyway, thanks for everything and listening to me riff on about crap. Stay rad, stay cool, be kind to one another, and yeah, keep shredding. Ciao.